Okay, everyone, today we've got to learn how to break this fat down. Even though all of y'all are not here just to burn fat, you still have to learn how to make your life in a way that you're going to feel young, you're going to be able to move. This has so many benefits to it. It's just learning the correct form and understanding strength training and form. So today I'm focusing on lower body because lower body has some of the largest muscles in your body. And if we can tap into those large muscles, guess what? As long as we feed them right and hydrate them right, they're going to burn fat for like a day or two. Whereas cardio, it kind of is just you're limited to how much fat you're going to burn and calories for the time being that you do it. Once you stop, it's over, and you usually fill it right back up with food again. So strength training has a whole nother incredible benefits from it. So when we do our lower body, we're going to focus on squat today and learning the form of a squat. A lot of you think you're doing it right, probably not. And if you learn it right, then you're going to actually engage that muscle and bring that muscle to service where it's going to break down and burn more and create a different looking tone and all that. Instead of you just going through the motions of something and it putting you to a place where you're starting to feel pain in your joints and your ligaments and all that. Okay, so proper form of a squat. I'll tell you the rest later. So put your heel to find a sturdy wall. Put your heel to the wall, and then put your other foot right in front of that. Bring your feet out from there and make them a little wider than your shoulders and a small angle with your toes, not extreme, okay, and not straight forward. So if you get afraid, just know that the wall's there. We're going to start off easy. We're going to put our hands out here or here, wherever feels comfortable to you. And what we're going to do is first just hinge our hips. And hinging your hips means just pushing them back and bringing them forward. A squat is going down, okay? So we're hinging our hips back so you find that wall and you're comfortable with knowing that that's there, okay? So as you do that, you're going to get a little more comfortable with it, and you're going to slowly start getting lower and going down while you hinge your hips back. So what our goal here is to hinge our hips and squat, so we're pressing our hips back into the wall, touching the wall. So these are the things I want you to pay attention to while you do this. First thing, if you are, before you start doing this, I forgot to tell you, I want you to slightly lift the toes up in your shoes. All right, not extreme, but just slightly lift your toes up in your shoes so that all your weight's distributed in the heels of your feet, okay? Now keep them like that. Second thing, I want you to keep your chest tall, and no matter what, going down or up, we're not gonna lean over, okay? So we're gonna shift back into our heels, touch the wall, and our chest never leaned over. Now, once we're down there, I want you to look and make sure, if you're lifting your toes up, your knees should be directly over the top of your feet. They should never be going over your toes. All right, and the third thing is your knees should never cave in. If they do, we need to definitely talk. Your knees should be directed out the same angle as your feet. All right, so as we get more comfortable, we're going to eventually make our way down to 90 degree where your hips and knees are about the same height. And then if you feel like you're ready for more advanced, you can go ahead and lift those arms up. This makes it a little harder. It's going to force you to use your core more. And as you see, that's something that has to be used with everything you do if you want to do correct form and get a lot out of your workouts. So I would recommend doing about 15 of these. Down, push your butt away from the wall, and it's all distributed through your legs. You should feel some burning. Do 15 of those. Walk away from the wall. We're going to do different variations of squats so that we learn how to move our body into a squat correctly no matter which variation we're going into. And that's really important. So now we're going to start with our feet together, and we're going to step out a little wider than our shoulders and a little wider than the squat we did on the wall, but not to the point where you're losing control of your range of motion. So we're going to go into a squat evenly, and as deep as you feel comfortable with. Bring your feet together, step back out wide the other way, and back down. Now, I'm going to be going side to side with these squats, but a lot of you, when you start doing this, will find that you start rolling forward like this. You forget that you're shifting back into your heels and hips. The other thing you'll do is a lot of y'all will sink over into one side, and that's not what we're doing. There's a type of squat like that, but that's not what we're doing right now. So when you plant your feet, plant them first, Then think about what we talked about and just open the width of it. Stop, plant, go down into proper form squat. These are just wide squats. The other one was just regular squats. Okay? But do not shift over when you do this. Don't go like this. Stay tall, stay in your form. All right, the last one is a sitting squat. This one's a very small it's a small footing stance, and they're gonna be about, well, they're inside of your shoulders, okay? So I wanna show you from this angle first. I want you to make sure you are not rolling forward in your toes again. A lot of people do that on this one. I need you to find your heels, keep your chest up, and we're gonna just sit back into a chair, an imaginary chair. This one is very important, once again, that you do not let your knees cave in. Your knees should be just about the same width as your feet.